The city was busy with noise, cars honking, vendors shouting, and people rushing around. Patricia, a well-dressed businesswoman, got out of her car in front of a tall office building. While looking at her phone, she searched her handbag and didn't notice a bundle of cash falling to the ground. A few steps away, Matilda was walking aimlessly. Her clothes were worn, her shoes barely holding together, and her face bore the marks of exhaustion. She had just been rejected from yet another cleaning job interview. Despite her hardships, her sharp eyes caught the bundle of cash falling to the ground. "Ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am," Matilda called out, running after Patricia and waving the money in the air. Patricia turned, startled. "Yes. Can I help you?" "You dropped this," Matilda said, holding out the cash. "Oh my goodness," Patricia gasped, taking the money. "I didn't even notice. Thank you so much." "It's no problem," Matilda replied, a shy smile on her face. Patricia, touched by the girl's honesty, rummaged through her bag for a small reward. "Here, let me give you something to show my appreciation." Matilda stepped back, shaking her head. "No, ma'am. Kindness shouldn't be paid for, it's not a service." The response took Patricia by surprise. "You're very intelligent," she said with a smile. "What do you do?" Matilda hesitated, then spoke softly. "I don't do much. I just came from a cleaning job interview, but they said I wasn't qualified. My parents died when I was in secondary school, and I've been trying to support my younger siblings ever since." Patricia's expression softened as she looked at the girl, barely more than a teenager yet already carrying the weight of the world. "You know what? Come to my office tomorrow morning," Patricia said, handing her a business card. "I'll find something for you." Matilda's eyes widened in disbelief. "You mean it? Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll be there, I promise." The next day, Matilda arrived early at the office building, clutching the card like a lifeline. She felt out of place among the polished professionals hurrying in and out of the building. Gathering her courage, she approached the receptionist. "Good morning," she said, her voice trembling. "I'm here to see Mrs. Patricia." The receptionist, Lillian, looked up from her desk with a sneer. "Does this look like a shelter for the homeless? Who are you, and why would she want to see you?" Matilda hesitated. She gave me her card yesterday." Lillian snatched the card and looked it over before laughing. "Get out before I call security." Before Matilda could respond, Patricia walked into the lobby. "What's going on here?" Matilda turned, tears streaming down her face. I was just trying to." She was trying to force her way in, Lillian interrupted. "Enough," Patricia said firmly. She turned to Matilda. "Come with me." Despite her initial nerves, Matilda quickly proved herself to be hardworking and eager to learn. Patricia assigned her the role of a personal assistant and tasked Lillian with teaching her the basics, including how to use a computer. But Lillian's resentment only grew. "Imagine her. That smelly thing working here," Lillian hissed to a colleague one afternoon. "She doesn't even know how to use a mouse." Still, Matilda persevered, often staying late to practice typing or organize Patricia's calendar. Patricia, noticing her dedication, began to mentor her personally. She also started to learn about Matilda's struggles. One evening, Patricia asked, "Where do you live?" Matilda hesitated. "I stay in an uncompleted building nearby." Patricia was horrified. "That's not safe. You'll move into my house." "No, ma'am, I can't," Matilda protested. "I don't want to be a burden." "Nonsense," Patricia said. "You've already proven yourself. Besides, my house is too big for just me."
Matilda's progress did not sit well with Lillian. She began to spread rumors, telling others that Matilda was using witchcraft to manipulate Patricia. When that didn't work, she hatched a more sinister plan. Lillian forged Patricia's signature on a company check and funneled money into Matilda's bank account, making it appear as though Matilda had stolen it. The discovery rocked the office. "Matilda," Patricia said coldly one morning, "I trusted you, and this is how you repay me." Matilda fell to her knees. "I swear I didn't do it, Mom. I don't know how the money got there." "Don't lie to me," Patricia snapped. "You're fired. Get out." Matilda left in tears, her reputation and life in shambles. But instead of giving up, she resolved to start over. She rented a small shop with her savings and began sewing clothes, a skill she had learned as a child. Months later, Matilda's designs began to gain attention. One day, a wealthy client walked into her shop. "You made this dress?" the woman asked, pointing to a mannequin. "Yes, ma'am," Matilda replied. "It's stunning. I want you to design something for an upcoming gala." Word spread quickly, and soon Matilda was receiving orders from high-profile clients. Her little shop grew into a thriving business. One evening, as Matilda was locking up her shop, she saw a familiar figure sitting on the street corner, begging for alms. Her heart sank as she recognized Patricia. "Ma'am," Matilda whispered, kneeling beside her. "Is it really you?" Patricia looked up, her face gaunt and tired. "Matilda. Oh, my God, is it really you?" Matilda helped Patricia to her feet and took her home. Over dinner, Patricia explained how Lillian's betrayal had ruined her. Lillian had disappeared with company funds, leaving Patricia to face the fallout. She lost her business, her home, and nearly her life after a stroke left her partially paralyzed. Tears streamed down Patricia's face. "I'm so sorry for doubting you, Matilda. I should have listened." Matilda reached across the table, taking Patricia's hand. "You gave me a second chance when no one else would. Now, it's my turn to help you." With Matilda's support, Patricia slowly regained her strength. Matilda hired her as a business advisor and gave her a home in her growing fashion empire. Together, they rebuilt their lives, proving that kindness and resilience could overcome even the deepest betrayals. Months after Patricia had lost everything, a call came from the police. "Mrs. Patricia, we need you to come to the station immediately. We found Lillian." Patricia, now frail but determined, went to the station with Matilda by her side. When they arrived, they saw Lillian sitting behind bars, her face pale and gaunt. "She confessed," the officer explained. "Lillian embezzled the money and fled the city. It appears her so-called boyfriend, her partner in crime, abandoned her after stealing everything she had. She was caught trying to swindle someone else and gave us your name when we interrogated her." Patricia stared at the woman who had destroyed her life. "Why, Lillian?" she asked, her voice trembling. "Why did you do this to me?" Tears streamed down Lillian's face. "I was jealous," she whispered. "I thought Matilda was stealing my place, so I wanted to ruin her. But it got out of hand. My boyfriend convinced me to take the money, saying we'd leave the country. He took it all and left me with nothing. I'm sorry." "Sorry," Patricia said bitterly. "You didn't just ruin me, you nearly destroyed Matilda's life too." Matilda stepped forward, her voice firm yet compassionate. "You made our lives a living hell, Lillian. But I won't let your bitterness define me. I've rebuilt my life. I only hope you take this time to reflect on what you've done." Lillian broke down, but Patricia and Matilda walked away without another word. Lillian was sentenced to several years in prison for her crimes. For Patricia, knowing that justice had been served brought some comfort, but it didn't erase the pain of betrayal. Still, she found solace in Matilda's success and the bond they had forged. As Matilda expanded her business, she often reminded herself of the lessons she had learned. Trust is precious, and kindness, even when tested, always prevails.